If you don't feel like you could manage or handle things, need someone to be your support, or you feel like you need someone to be there for you, then you're more likely to hang on to people who aren't even really benefiting you just because you feel like you need someone there to FaceTime you or be on the phone with you. But what value are they actually adding to help you? You probably deserve better than what you think you're able to get. You have to understand that you can add that value, and you need to understand how to add that value into your life before you just jump from a relationship, or before you stay into a relationship, because you're gonna think that without them, you're nothing. Stella, get into it, man. We are back with another video. It might be a trauma bond, it might not be love. We're going to discuss why you might stay, or why you might be, or why you might have stayed in a unhealthy or toxic relationship. And we're also going to discuss the importance of being single. You might have an appetite, you could stomach, you could tolerate not being treated well by partners in your adulthood because of a rocky past. This is just one reason. We're gonna talk about different things here, but because of a rocky past with an early partner, with your parents, or even if it wasn't a relationship you experienced directly, you might have grown up seeing certain things normalized. To you, this is what love means. When you come from somewhere that you weren't exposed to a healthy relationship, or a healthy love, or a healthy dynamic, or a healthy household, you might be at high risk for accepting those type of behaviors or similar behaviors, treatment that isn't in your best interest, without even giving it much thought. Where others may be plotting a way to escape a bad relationship, you might be just getting ready to settle in for the long run. You're just gonna deal with it. Where others recognize utter disrespect, where others recognize meanness, where others recognize people being rude, you might just look at it as sarcasm. Oh, they don't get me, or that's just how they are. Where others realize that they're being gaslit, you might just think that, okay, maybe you are being too demanding, or maybe you are crazy. Let's unpack this. When people show you who they are, you better believe them. Don't not believe them. Believe them. Sometimes that's honestly hard. When someone shows you who they are, it's incongruent with the picture that you have of them in your head. I've done this in the past. You create a storyline about someone in your head that you could either fix them, change them, or don't worry, they're a better person than they present themselves to be. Take them how they are presenting themselves to you. The potential. It's the potential. Don't be fooled by this imaginary potential that you gave the person in your head. Based on what you've grown up seeing, you come up with these truths that you make about what is good and what is bad. The first 5 years of our lives, we grow up with our parents or caregivers that we're trapped in a house with. That is the foundation of what we base everything else we learn off of. A lot of couples might stay in these unhealthy relationships because of the good times that they may have. It's not about how people treat you during the good times. It's more so about how people treat you when they're at their lowest, or during the bad time. You have to look at the contrast between both. The goods could be really good, but when they're at their worst, what does that look like? Some people are scared that they're not going to find someone to treat them as good, or they're not going to find anyone if they restart over now, or it's going to be harder. But the thing is, you deserve someone to treat you good when they're at their best, and someone that even when they're at their worst, they don't treat you bad. There are plenty people who at their worst, they'll still treat you better than whoever is at their worst treating you like trash. Every relationship is gonna have their ups and their downs. When you guys are down, how is that person treating you? When you guys are down, how is that person reacting to you? Are they cutting you off? Are they giving you the silent treatment? Are they calling you out your name? Are they blatantly disrespecting you? What is the treatment when it comes down to it? No pun intended, when it comes down to it. Dogs are colorblind. They naturally can't see some colors the same way we perceive them. So your perception of love, you might be colorblind. What you think is red, it's not red. What someone might see as someone being cold, you might see as they just need their time, they just need their space. What someone might see as sarcastic, you might just see they're just being funny. Sometimes sarcasm is funny, yeah, but sometimes behind every joke, there's a little of truth. What someone might see as belittling, you might see as they just care for me. They just really care. No. It's never too late to ask yourself, what would true compassion feel like? You need someone compassionate who's understanding. And it's never too late to go find that, you know? Despite their highs, despite their charisma, despite their charm, despite the good time, some people really just take you along for a long, drawn out, crazy, manipulative ride. Some people just take you along for the ride. Now, let's talk about the importance of being single. Not even just in light of unhealthy relationships, but just in general. Because even some people who may have not necessarily been in an unhealthy relationship, some people just jump from relationship to relationship. And some people are in a okay relationship, but they are scared in a sense. They are nervous, anxious to be by themselves. So let's talk about it. Being single is one, and your perspective of being single is another. It's important to have a healthy perspective about what being single is, what it entails, and what it means. This might be the most important part of the video. Society, your past, your thought patterns, your family, your friends may play a role in you not feeling comfortable with being alone. If you're already single, you might feel that you need to have a relationship, or if you're already single, you might feel less than when that is simply not the case. There are legions, literal armies of couples who are miserable. You could really argue that being in an unfulfilling, unsatisfying relationship feels more lonely than being alone. Just because you're alone, again, doesn't mean that you're lonely. What is your relationship to being single? What does being single mean? It's really all a perspective. Some people see that being single means that they're unloved, or that they are unwanted, or that they're rejected. That's literally the furthest thing from the truth. But the truth is what you choose to believe in. The truth is what you tell yourself. If you can work on what being single means to you, or what being alone means to you, you could fix this relationship between the times that you're not in a relationship, and you could fix that relationship with yourself. So many people get lost in trying to please others, hanging on to the happy times. On top of that, it's definitely not about how long you guys been together. Some people rather someone to lay up with, or just someone to watch a movie with, or someone to FaceTime, rather than taking into consideration their own personal happiness in the long run. That's wild. Even time is a construct, and I have a video of time and ego. You continually grow, evolve, and change, and you want someone who's either going to grow and evolve and change with you, or push you to grow and evolve and change. And if you realize that someone that you're with is just not that person anymore, or someone that you're with was never that, then you have to really take that into consideration. In terms of finding a new relationship, or a more fulfilling relationship or partner, a gold miner doesn't go into a gold mine like, I have to find this piece of gold in 6 months. If I dig and I don't find this piece of gold, it's done. No, patience is definitely key, but a lot of the things too, you could also manifest, quote unquote, by how you show up, what you believe, how you present to the world, because it's all a reflection back onto you. But that's another video. Don't put a time limit on it, because people who are starving will eat anything. You'll set yourself up for disappointment and feeling even worse. I know you want to break from Toronto. Understanding that you can manage challenges on your own, and being okay with that, also means that you understand that you don't just let anyone in and a part of your life. You understand you only let those close to you who can contribute to you and becoming a better person. If you don't feel like you could manage or handle things, or you need someone to be your guide, or you need someone to be your support, or you feel like you need someone to be there for you, then you're more likely to hang on to people who aren't even really benefiting you, just because you feel like you need someone there. You probably deserve better than what you think you're able to get, how you think you're able to be loved. And you have to really evaluate, what value is this person adding to my life? Not that they're there to FaceTime you or be on the phone with you, but what value are they actually adding to help you? Irrespective of that, you need to understand that you need to be able to give yourself that value first, because then you're going to feel dependent on other people. You have to understand that you can add that value, and you need to understand how to add that value into your life before you just jump from a relationship, or before you stay into a relationship, because you're going to think that without them, you're nothing. You can't go on. When you have the experience of thriving on your own, when you have the experience of living for yourself, when you have the experience of managing your life and knowing that you are capable, then when you do have that fulfilling partner, you'll be more understanding, you'll be more conscientious, and you'll be more competent. And this way, you'll make better future decisions about your life and about who you choose to spend your time with. Stella, get into it, man. I just be giving out good game every single time I sit in front of a camera. I don't know what it is. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Oh, and don't forget to stream my music. But I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.